It was past midnight in the heart of the city. The rain poured heavily, blurring the bright lights of skyscrapers and leaving the streets almost empty. A sleek black car stopped at the corner near an old bus stop. Inside sat Alexander Grant, a young millionaire. His face was sharp, his suit tailored, but his eyes told another story, tired, restless, and somehow lonely. For years, women had tried to get close to him. Some for his money. Some for his status. Some for the glittering life he could provide. But none had ever touched his heart. He had rejected them all. He had begun to believe that real love, the kind that wasn't he bought, the kind that wasn't he pretended, didn't he exist anymore. But that night, something changed. As Alexander's car slowed at the red light, his gaze fell on the bus stop. There, on the cold metal bench, curled up under nothing but a thin blanket, was a young woman. Her hair was damp from the rain. Her shoes were worn out. Her face, though pale and tired, had a quiet beauty and innocence to it. Something about her stopped him. He told his driver to pull over. "Sir, it's just another homeless girl," the driver said hesitantly. But Alexander shook his head. "No," he whispered, staring. "There's something different." He stepped out into the rain, walked toward her, and gently tapped her shoulder. The girl stirred, startled, clutching her small bag tightly as if afraid he might steal the little she had. "I'm not here to hurt you," Alexander said softly. "Do you need help?" Her voice was hoarse. "I'm fine. I just need to wait till morning." The shelter was full tonight. Alexander hesitated. He could have walked away. After all, she was just another stranger. But something inside him, something he had buried under years of wealth and pride, came alive. "Come with me," he said. "At least let me get you something warm to eat." The girl shook her head. "I can't accept charity." Her words struck him like lightning. He was used to people begging him for favors, for money, for opportunities. But this girl, poor, cold, hungry, had the dignity to say no. "What's your name?" he asked. "Emily," she replied, almost in a whisper. That night, Alexander couldn't sleep. Emily's face haunted him. Her pride, her courage, her quiet suffering, it was unlike anything he had seen. The next evening, he returned to the bus stop. And there she was again. This time, he didn't offer money. He simply sat beside her. For the first time in years, Alexander had a real conversation. Emily spoke about her struggles, how she had lost her job after caring for her sick mother, how she couldn't afford rent, how she still believed things would get better. And Alexander, the man who had rejected the shallow glitter of high society, found himself listening, truly listening. Days turned into weeks. Every night, Alexander would stop by the bus stop. Sometimes with food, sometimes just to talk. Emily never once asked who he really was. She didn't know he was a millionaire. To her, he was just a kind stranger who cared. And for the first time in his life, Alexander felt free. But one evening, Emily wasn't there. Panic shot through him. He searched every corner until he found her collapsed from exhaustion near the shelter. Without hesitation, he rushed her to the hospital. He stayed by her side, holding her hand until she woke. When she opened her eyes, she whispered, Why are you doing this for me?" And Alexander finally confessed. "Because you're the first person who has seen me as a human being. Not a bank account. Not a name. Just me." Tears welled in her eyes. For so long, she had thought she was invisible. Yet here was a man who saw her worth, not her poverty. Emily recovered, and Alexander helped her get back on her feet. But not with money thrown carelessly. He gave her an opportunity. A chance to work, to rebuild, to stand on her own again. Months later, the same bus stop where they had first met became the place where Alexander dropped to one knee. "I rejected everyone who came close to me," he said. "But you're the one I can't live without." Emily's answer was simple. Yes. And as rain once again fell over the city, two souls, one rich in wealth, the other rich in spirit, finally found the kind of love money could never buy.